All right, today we're going to talk about bitches. Before anyone gets offended, man, a lot of these women are not even worthy of being called true women anyway. So those are the ones we're referring to. The saint women, the non-promiscuous women, the holy women, they're not bitches. Those are the ones we cherish. But let's be honest, there ain't many of them. So we'll talk about the bitches today, okay? Now, I will say this is not a dating channel, okay? This is a channel about getting you skinny guys to get motivated to get in shape, okay? To look like this, all right? I used to be skinny. I know what it feels like, but I'm telling you right now, if you had a red button on your desk or wherever the fuck you are right now, maybe you're in your car, maybe you're eating your meal, you should be eating. You should be eating your food. Let's say there's a red button next to your plate of chicken and rice, and you pressed it, and you instantly got 40, maybe 40 is too much, maybe like 30 pounds of lean muscle. Would you press it? Of course you would. Of course. But unfortunately, there's no such thing as that button, so you're going to have to work for it. But that's okay, because it's going to be more rewarding that way anyway. So, this video, we are going to talk about, is the experience of getting jacked, getting in shape, does it affect your dating game? Does it really matter if you're in shape when it comes to women? Can you be a fat guy and get girls? Can you be a skinny guy and get girls? Versus being jacked and getting girls. We're going to talk about it in this video. All right. Let me preface by saying, I'm not teaching you guys anything. I'm not a professor. I'm not a dating coach. I am just a guy who used to be pathetic and skinny, like the majority of you guys watching this video. And I put in the work. I sat in front of thousands of plates of food I didn't want to eat. I busted my ass in the gym for years. Right? Been doing this for 12 years. Guys, 12 years. So I know what it's like to really come from nothing, all right? This is what I used to look like, all right? I don't even remember what it feels like to be that skinny. I remember what it feels like when other people were treating me like a skinny guy, but I don't physically remember, if that makes any sense. All I know is this. And that's all I care about. The thing is, guys, you could score a bad bitch if you're a skinny guy. Maybe if you're rich, you know, you got some game, maybe you're tall, maybe. But I'm going to come at it this way, right? I used to be broke, right? Still looked good, was in shape, and I was still fucking bad bitches. All right. Now, the definition of bad bitch may be different from you to me, but let's just say bad bitches is anywhere from around the range of like 7 and above. Okay, let's be fair. 7 and above, 8 and above. Okay. Now, when I was a lot smaller, could I have still scored one of these girls? Probably. But it'd be a lot harder, and I would have to bring more things to the table. Right? I probably have to have a little bit more money, right? Probably have to pick her up in a BMW M3, right? Probably have to have my own apartment with a chandelier on the side of a New York City fucking skyscraper, right? Maybe if I'm skinny in that regard, maybe I could score a baddie. But I can't tell you guys how many times I have attracted so many dimes just by the way I look, okay? And another thing is, right? Girls will actually respect you a lot more if you're in shape, okay? Women know how hard it is to work out and be in shape. And the thing about women is that respect is the first pillar, okay? If they can't respect you, then everything else falls apart. Being in shape is the easiest way to earn their respect because they know you're putting in the work without even opening up your mouth. They can see it, okay? Another thing, tits and ass is the sexual attraction of a woman. That's her sex appeal. Do you want to know what it is for a man? If both genders just keep their mouth shut and we're looking at both of them objectively, the woman's side, her sex appeal is probably going to be her tits and her ass. Maybe she's not too fat, maybe her hair. But then when you look at a guy, it's like, all right, what's his sex appeal, right? And it's like, well, duh, our sex appeal is our muscles, okay? Our chiseled abs, maybe some tattoos, things like that, right? But being in shape is the biggest parameter, okay? And it's the easiest. It really is. There's this myth going around that the more jacked you are, the more you're just going to attract guys, right? This whole like, oh, when I got jacked, I thought more women would talk to me, but I'm getting more guys. And it's like, well, technically that's a good thing, right? Not because you're gay or anything, but just because you know that now eyes are on you, okay? Because when guys are giving you compliments, that means they see something in you, right? Which means on the women's side, they're most likely going to see something in you as well. They're just not going to sit there and DM you and be like, oh, you're looking great. You're looking awesome. Guys do that. Guys are a little bit more direct, right? The furthest thing that you'll get from a woman is she'll probably look at you. That's how women shoot their shot, bro. They'll glance at you. That's probably as far as it's going to go. You'll be lucky if she shoots like a smile at you. You'll be lucky. That's like a shooting star falling down. But the most they're going to do is look at you. Guys are a little bit more direct. So that's why you think that you're getting more attention from the guys. But on the women's side, women like a guy who's in shape as well, right? This whole myth that girls are more into the dad bods, it's false. It's false. The only reason they say that is because when they think about a dad bod, they think about a guy who's funny and treats them nice and he's got a lot of money and he can cuddle and things like that. But what they're not thinking about is, what about the jacked guy who also has those traits? They're going to pick the jacked guy. Why? Because women are going to pick the best option, right? And, we can't hate on them for that. This is just how women are wired. That's okay. And guess what? If you have this dream guy, right? Women have this dream guy of all his characteristics and personalities, right? And let's take that same guy and let's make him fat, right? Or in this regard, we're talking about skinny motherfuckers like you. Let's make him 120 pounds, right? He's got all the characteristics. The shit they say. Oh, he's nice and get him flowered. All right, whatever. All that shit's false anyway. But let's just use this as an example. Let's say the skinny guy has it. And then let's say those same personality traits and characteristics, this jacked guy who's in shape has it. Who do you think she's going to pick? Now, some women are going to go for the skinny guy because they're a little insecure and they don't want to compete with the jacked guy. But the majority of women are just going to pick the jacked guy. That's just how it is, man. So the point of this video, guys, is... What is the point of this video? I fucking forgot. Oh yeah, the relation between being in shape and the dating game. Guys, the dating game is rough. The dating game is rough nowadays, man. Like, look, man, you got to have your shit together as a man if you want to really score with the ladies, man. You got to get your shit together. And let me tell you something, man. If you're not in shape, then you're going to be competing with somebody who is. Okay? That's just one of those things. It's like you're playing RuneScape. You're fighting a guy with 99 attack, right? And then you're fighting him and your attack is only 50. Could you win? Maybe, but probably not. His stats are a little bit higher. That's just how it is. And again, women will always choose the best option. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper as to why when you go from skinny to more muscular and in shape, why that works better with the women, but not from a looks perspective, right? The thing about women is they're very mentally stimulated. So the thing is, when you're attractive, when you're an attractive guy, that gets you through the door, but that doesn't mean you can score the girl, okay? Obviously, there has to be some more things. So we'll talk about some of the characteristics and personality traits of somebody who is in shape. And we are going to talk about the C word. That C word is confidence. Again, I've talked on my previous videos. When you go from skinny to being jacked out of your mind, right? Well, maybe not jacked out of your mind, but you're muscular, you're in shape, you got the six pack, the abs, everything's good. You're lean, right? You're not fat. You got a good body fat percentage. The confidence skyrockets, right? And not only is that good for the man, but the women love it. Ladies love a confident guy. Even if it's like delusional confidence. Even if you walk around and think you're the best, and she thinks it's like cute that you say that. You know what I mean? Like, she would still rather have you be that than, the other way around where you're kind of insecure about the way you look. Guys, ladies don't like an insecure guy. Okay. And if you're skinny and you're looking in the mirror and you're not happy with what you see, guess what? You need to be focusing on yourself first, and then maybe women could come into play later. But women are going to sense that. Women can sense when a guy is not confident, okay? And I like to preach about getting in shape so much because it's literally the easiest way to gain points in this whole like market of dating women and things like that, right? So I know a lot of you guys are probably asking, why should I listen to you about dating? Why? Maybe this guy fucks bitches, maybe not, right? But deep down, a guy like me, do you really think I struggle with women, right? You don't know me. You're a new subscriber. You're a new viewer. But just off of the way I look and the way I'm talking to you right now, do you really think that I can struggle with women, right? Take everything else out of the equation. Let's take status out of the equation. Let's take game out of the equation, right? Let's take money out of the equation, just based off of the way that I look and the way that I talk. Those two variables. Do you think that's something that a woman would like or dislike? Obviously, she loves it, okay? She loves it. She likes it, okay? So, if you are still on the journey of trying to get bigger and getting jacked, the confidence that you'll have can be used like a sword, like a fucking Excalibur sword. And you're walking around with this sword and you're slaying bitches left and right. Just off of the way that you come off, the way you talk, the way you walk, right? Like, you guys ever see like a skinny guy walking around? He's got his shoulders hunched forward. He's like looking at his phone the whole time, or he's looking down, and he's like not swinging his arms in a natural way. He's like walking like like a fucking stiff. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Women pick up on that shit, right? They're instantly dry. Their shit is what is that fucking canal in the Vegas shit? The Grand Canyon. They're as dry as the Grand Canyon. You want to have them Niagara Falls. This is where the confidence comes into play. You walk with your chest up, your shoulders back, and you look these women in the eyes. Don't stare at them. Don't ever stare at a woman. You got to be open, right? Looking around, looking at women in the eye. This is harder to do when you're not even confident in the way you look. Guys, when you look like this and you ask a girl out and she says no to you, do you think you give a fuck? Hell no. You just go to the next one, right? Like, it also helps you in the dating game because it's like, all right, like, I don't got to settle for you. I can just go get the other one. You can be replaced, right? So metaphorically, let's say you look like me, or you look better than me, or you were in shape and you had a girlfriend and it didn't work out. You think you'd be fucking sad, or you think you'd be looking for a replacement, okay? Now, realistically, you'd probably be sad initially, but at least you know that you could find another girl because you're an attractive looking guy. Okay. Again, you can get yourself through the door at least. But when you haven't worked on yourself and you're skinny and you're not even confident in the way you look, do you think you're going to take this rejection harder, or is it going to be a lot easier to handle? No, it's going to be a lot harder. Why? Because in your mind, you're like, damn, like, what am I going to do now? You think a guy like me has to worry about women? That's the beautiful thing about the gym. It's an investment into yourself. Think about it like the stock market, right? You're putting money in the stock market and then boom, you hit goal. Let's say you put in 10 grand and then over a course of 3 months, it grows into 100 grand. Beautiful. Great. That is going to the gym, right? Now let's take it on the other hand and let's say, all right, you take that 10 grand and you spend it on some bitch. You spend it on some bitch. It's Valentine's Day and you get her a dumbass necklace that costs $1,000 or $2,000. Then you take her out to dinner every weekend. You buy her shoes. You buy a present. You give her money for her nails. Right? That's not investing into the stock market. That's wasting your money. Okay? So, again, stay with me here on this analogy. Let's say that 10 grand you put into the stock market and then turned it into 100 grand and then wasted 10 grand on a bitch. You know what I mean? Guess what? You still got 90 grand, and at least you learn your lesson, and at least you're not in the hole, and at least you can replace the bitch. Just saying. So invest in yourself, become your best self, get jacked. Guys, okay? If you watch this video all the way through and you're not convinced yet, I don't know what else to tell you, okay? My life has gotten infinitely better ever since I went from this to this, okay? I do not regret anything. I am so glad that I started going to the gym when I was younger, started to get bigger. My words matter more. My actions matter more. I can go in the gym and not feel like that newbie in the gym. I can walk outside and everyone's looking at me like, oh my God, this guy's jacked. I can walk up to a girl with confidence because I know that I'm not the skinny, non-confident guy that she's gonna reject, okay? I can actually walk up to a girl and in my head just be like, you know, I have a pretty good chance of landing this. So become your best self. And the easiest way is to get in shape. If you're looking for some advice and you're looking for guidance, go in my description and make sure you fill out that form if you're trying to get bigger, if you're trying to put on some muscle. Obviously in my program, I don't believe in dirty bulking. I am a lean bulk type of guy. Get bigger without sacrificing your abs, things like that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at mike.jmcclain. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, look down below. I don't have any subscribers, guys. I got 1K subs, and the only reason I got 1K subs was for my shorts, okay? Not my videos. My videos suck. So please subscribe to me, and if you like this content, like the video, and I will continue to try to put these videos out at least once a week. But, you know, sometimes I be busy, you know, and you know what? I'm lying. Sometimes I don't feel like uploading. I'm gonna be honest. I do have time to upload. It only takes like, what, 10 minutes to upload a video like this? 20 minutes? Sometimes I just don't be in the mood to talk to a fucking camera. Sorry. It's a flaw of mine, but I will get better and I will continue to give you guys value. I will see you guys in the next one. Hope you learned something. Goodbye.